Welcome to Master My Disaster, a unique, innovative virtual expo that aims to increase community readiness, resistance, and resilience to a wide variety of disasters, both large and small, that we face in Northeast Florida. This initiative was designed through a collaborative effort of multiple agencies, including the National Weather Service, JEA, Duval County Emergency Management, and the Northeast Florida chapter of the American Red Cross. When we think of disasters, we think of hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, tornado outbreaks, war, and other large-scale events. However, disasters occur in a variety of types and scales, from hurricanes to house fires, from individual ID theft to a terrorist attack, from a serious medical diagnosis to the loss of a child or pet, from individual homelessness to a disease outbreak. Every person will face multiple disasters in some forms in his or her lifetime. Disasters have been increasing in number and severity, costing more lives, greater property loss, and greater community economic loss. This is true not only for weather and climate disasters, but even smaller scale disasters such as severe medical diagnoses and financial disasters. So what can we do about this? How can we create greater community readiness for, resistance to, and recovery from disasters of all types and scales? Key to answering these questions is public education. Knowledge is power. The more knowledge on overcoming disasters that we have, the better our outcome in the end. That means reduced loss of life, reduced property loss, and reduced economic impact in Northeast Florida. The educational effort of focus here is an All Disasters Virtual Expo. So what is a virtual expo? If you've been to a major show at a convention center, like a home and garden show, then you know what an expo is. It's a means to bring people and experts together to discuss relevant topics and learn about options and opportunities. There are some negative aspects of in-person expos. You have to drive to them, they cost money, they can be hard to communicate above the crowd noise, and you're usually left with a heavy bag of pamphlets that you may never read. What if we took the power of the expo and placed it online to be accessed through your computer, laptop, or even your smartphone? Could we reach a much larger audience, perhaps 100,000 to 200,000 people, through an approach that costs much less to implement, is free to all participants and visitors, and frankly allows more ways to educate people in an entertaining and interactive manner? We'll be evaluating these things through a virtual expo for the Jacksonville metro area to be conducted from mid-May to mid-June of 2018. It will be conducted as a proof of concept demonstration, operating for 1 month, followed by a week of evaluation. Nonprofit and for-profit entities that support readiness, resistance, or recovery for disasters of any kind, large or small, are invited to participate for free. For nonprofits, this represents a great opportunity to share your story, potentially raise donations, or recruit new volunteers. It represents a great opportunity for for-profits to create positive visibility and credibility in the area of disaster readiness and resilience in front of potentially a large online audience for a 1-month period. Imagine the cost to achieve this through media advertising or a multi-day in-person expo. This event covers a large spectrum of disaster types and scales, as listed here. Is your entity involved in helping people with preparedness or recovery for any of these types of potential disasters? Do you have resources that people might not be aware of, which you could share with the public to help them master a type of disaster covered in this expo? The virtual expo will be like putting a puzzle together. Each entity, be it nonprofit, government, or for-profit, will provide a small piece of the puzzle, representing their online educational resource, which will be joined with others to form the complete expo. Your puzzle piece is a web page that provides educational information related to disaster readiness or resilience that you think people are not aware of. Consider providing this in some interactive form, even as simple as some did you know type questions and answers. Here's a basic template you could follow, with an entity name and logo at the top, followed by a mission statement or a story about your role in our community, a web page link, and then several did you know type questions that many people may not know the answers to. The questions are followed by the answers, including any related images and web links for more information. What we would like is for each participating entity to provide a similar page with 3 to 5 did you know like questions and answers, more if you wish. Here's an example for the Weather Service, with mission statement, web page link, and a few questions the public may not know the answer to. This was designed using a 2-column table in Microsoft Word, with images in the left, text in the right, and saving the document as a web page or a PDF file. It could easily be designed and saved similarly as a PDF file in newer versions of PowerPoint. If we have 100 nonprofit, government, and for-profit entities provide this, we end up with an impressive site with 300 to 500 small chunks of educational information that the public may not know about, covering a large variety of disaster types. That would be quite an educational resource, one that doesn't presently exist elsewhere. What we will do is design a clickable listing of questions based on disaster category, like the example shown here. This will be a useful resource allowing visitors to quickly learn what is on the site and find what would be helpful to them in as few clicks as possible. Now, you can also include links to other resources like other web pages, videos, blogs, or other interactive options. This is your opportunity to gain positive visibility and credibility as an expert in a particular disaster type. You can present useful products or services, but any sales of such must be conducted external to the Expo site, which you can include a link for. So your puzzle piece is essentially what appears when viewers click on your entity booth within the virtual expo, or click on one of the questions you provide in the topic listings page. Once set up, this event is essentially standalone, unless you wish to create external interaction through social media, for example. So think about what your entity could teach people about being better prepared for and more resilient to the effects of disasters of all types and scales. Whether you're a nonprofit, government, or for-profit, I encourage you to sign up for an online booth. Participation is free. The only thing you are asked to do is promote the expo through your channels, be it social media, email, your webpage, your advertising routes, and such. Expo marketing comes almost entirely through its participants, so greater reach by all supports a greater number of visitors, which benefits all. Now, as a proof of concept demonstration, you, other participants, and visitors will be asked to provide feedback on the event, which will be used to assess the goals of the demonstration. So how can you sign up? Go to mastermydisaster.org and look for the sign-up link. Space is limited in this demonstration as only a set number of spots will be filled in each disaster category. It's first come, first served, so sign up soon. Refer to mastermydisaster.org if you have any questions. I hope to learn something from each of our participating organizations at this online event that will help me master any disaster I face. Thank you.